Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are here to talk about the purple stones and the red stones, talk about who you should choose and how you should go about it. So we're going to start off with the purple stone. Now, the first thing I want to make very clear here, as long as you haven't done yours already, this kind of goes back to what I was saying about not doing the 250 stone summon straight away. If you are going to pick up the purple stones, I would recommend not using them right away. Because obviously, if you do decide to do the 250 stone summon a bit later on, or if you're not going to do it and you're just going to save up the 66 tickets, that obviously comes much later in the anniversary. So you don't want to be in a situation where maybe you're torn between two of the LRs that you want to get, you buy one, and then you pull that one with your guaranteed LR summon, right? And then obviously in part 2, there's going to be a legendary summon banner with the Frieza and 17, and then like the Team Universe 7, 17. So if you're going to summon on that banner, then potentially while summoning on that, you could pull some of these LRs that are available with the purple stones. So just like with coins and choosing to buy units from banners, I would wait until you know that you're done with all of your summons where you could end up pulling an LR. So obviously for the anniversary, that is just the legendary banner or the 66 banner, whether it's the tickets or the stones. So bearing that in mind, let us go through and have a look. So Broly, I mentioned this on last week's podcast. Like last year when the purple stones were a thing, like we almost joked about like why would anyone pick STR Broly, but of course now he's arguably the most powerful non-Dokkan Fest exclusive LR in the game. So if you still need copies of him, or if you don't have him at all, he's probably the #1 pick on this list. I'm going to have a quick scroll through just to remind myself who's on here. Because, yeah, obviously for the LRs, it's all 3 stones gets you the LR. But you can choose to buy these packs with the other Dokkan Fest units. I probably wouldn't recommend getting any of those. But, yeah, out of the OG LRs, and then we have the next era that came after them, Broly is definitely better than all of these units right now. But, of course, the thing we have to remember is these era units, these 5, Mighty Mask, Bojack, Super Saiyan 3, Goku, Beerus, and then Bardock, they don't have their EZAs, and they're probably not going to EZA them anytime soon, unless there's a specific celebration that ties into that character, because we have seen that they are willing to do these EZAs a little bit out of order for that. We know Gohan's one has dropped on JP. It's a bit underwhelming, but it's still pretty good, but obviously it doesn't quite match up to Broly. And then these 3, we still have no idea about. And like, I'm really excited about Majin Vegeta's one, because obviously he was one of those units that a while ago they updated his 12 key super attack, and it looks really, really good. But I even said back then, it's like, it's cool that they updated his super attack, but I never use him because you just can't use him in the current meta. Like, so, you know, apart from World Tournament and after he first got it just to see what it looked like, I've barely used this guy after he got his super attack upgrade. So really interesting to see what he's going to do. So Broly obviously right now seems like the very safe best option, because we already know what his EZA does, and we already know that he's ridiculously powerful. So he's definitely high up on the list. But when it comes to these 3, you kind of are taking a gamble. So if you don't have any of these 3, obviously their EZA is going to come at some point soon. And I have a feeling that they're going to make them all very, very good. Like, Gohan was a bit of a misstep, but Gohan was very basic to start off with, especially because he's a nuker. And I don't know if they were afraid of making him too powerful, just for the ridiculous, like, strats you could pull off with, like, orb changing and stuff. I don't really know, but it's interesting to see how, like, he's at the bottom out of these 5, Broly's at the top. They're the 2 that have their EZAs, and yeah, Broly is amazing and Gohan's not very good. So for these 3, you kind of are a little bit in the dark, so it's hard to say whether picking one of these 3 would be better than, say, picking Gohan or Broly. It kind of depends on what you have in your box. So, like, if you already have Broly with 2 dupes, but you don't have any of these other LRs, for example, I would potentially argue that picking up one of them is actually better than picking up another copy of Broly, just because you don't have them. And obviously you can't hold on to these purple stones and just wait until they get their EZAs. So obviously Majin Vegeta, depending on how they EZA him, he could be really good. He was like the second summonable LR that released, so it would be really nice to see him be really, really powerful again. because his 12 key is a single target and his 18 key is the AoE, so you don't really see his 18 key much. It'd be interesting to see if they give him any sort of like extra key in his passive or extra key from rainbows or something like that, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what Majin Vegeta is going to do. But in terms of LRs, Broly is really only the definite option that you know is worth picking, because we know that he's ridiculously good, we know that Gohan is underwhelming, and the other three are just unknown variables. So it definitely is going to come down to what you have in your box. But if you have Broly, I would say even if you only have Broly with one dupe, he's still going to be a good pick, because getting that second dupe to unlock the top left path, so you've got all of his star abilities, obviously just makes him even more ridiculous. So he's probably the most like guaranteed value, and then these ones you're kind of taking a risk. And then Gohan, obviously we know what he does, but he's just not super exciting. Then when it comes down to these five, again, these are all like an unknown variable. We don't know when they're going to get their Easy A or how good they're going to be. Bardock is going to be very useful. Obviously Team Bardock gets a Dokkan, gets a Super Battle Road stage at some point, but it's easily beatable without having to have him like Easy Aid or anything. If you don't have him at all, he doesn't fit onto a huge amount of teams. You guys know I'm a big Bardock fan, but even like level 10 links, mine's Rainbow level 10 links, and he puts out some decent numbers, but he's not crazy good. Beerus and Whis, I mean, to me, their passive is so short. Like, they're a very plain, I don't want to say boring, but they're a very straightforward unit. They're not super good. Realistically, you only run them on teams where you can link them up with another Beerus or a Whis, so they have the same issue as like physical Beerus when it comes to building like a Realm of Gods team, where you basically have to have a rotation dedicated to them if you want to use them. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I really want his Easy A to be great, because Super Saiyan 3 really needs buffs, but as it stands at the moment, he's really not that great. He was far and away the best Super Saiyan 3 unit on the team for a long time, but I would argue that he's probably not even anymore. So he's not that great. And then Bojack is still really good. I feel like Bojack was underrated for a long time. With the release of the STR Bojack, he's crazy good on his team. So I think he is still really good, but again, it comes down to, like, are you really going to pick a copy of him over a copy of Broly? Because his Easy A is going to be a long time away as well. And then same with the Mighty Mask, aka Trunks and Goten. They really need an Easy A, because they can fit onto a couple of teams where they would be really good, but they're just not anymore, and they really need an Easy A. So again, you've got the Dokkan Fest units here. I wouldn't recommend getting these unless you're somebody who obviously didn't buy all the sale packs, so you don't have all 3 purple stones. But yeah, like a lot of these units, the 120 leaders obviously all have Easy A's now, or at least Goku's going to be getting his very soon on JP. Cooler obviously doesn't have his on Global yet either, but these guys, I mean, they come around when they're not on banners that much, but when they are, their red coin cost is significantly lower. And then obviously all these guys are still going to be featured on banners. I mean, anyone who buys 17 or Angel Golden Frieza or UI Goku with these purple stones is actually legitimately insane. Same with Blue Evolution Vegeta, because they're going to be on the banners that come out tomorrow, so you can buy them with red coins. So I personally don't think it's worth getting any of the TURs. I would recommend picking up an LR and probably getting Broly. Mine has 2 dupes. The rest of them I have Rainbow, apart from Trunks and Gohan. I think my Gohan is the lowest one with only 1 dupe. So I might pick up a Gohan, but I'm going to wait, like I say, until after I've done my summons and see exactly what we get. So moving along to the Redstone, I'm going to make this one very quick, because this very much comes down to your own personal box. But a lot of these units are super outdated now. STR Gogeta, obviously outclassed by the Int one. We have the same name update on JP, and Global are getting it very soon, so you don't really need to factor that in. But the STR one's upstaged by the Int one. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, first Easy A unit. He's basically dead in the water now. Tech Cell is still okay, but kind of in the same boat. Gohan and Broly just completely outclassed in the current meta, even with their Easy A's. Same with Full Power Frieza, Tech Beerus. So Int Janemba, I think, could be useful, because he still fits on a good few extreme teams, links up well with units like Cooler, obviously the Tech Janemba. We're seeing on JP with the Tanabata celebration, there's possibly going to be a Part 2 LR Janemba, so he could be a solid pick. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is one of the best tanks in the game for short form events. After his Easy A, he basically takes no damage for like 10 turns. So Any Super Battle Road stage you can run him in, you can bring him. The God event, you can bring him. He's a really solid unit if you don't have him. Kid Buu is still one of the better support units for Extreme, and post EZA he's not as bad defensively, so he's very solid. Like, these 3 units in a block here in the middle are by far the best out of all the ones that we scrolled past so far. And then we've got like AGL Gohan and AGL Kid Buu were not good. Tech Vegeta's not good. Int Cell not good. I mean, I say not good, they're okay, but they're mid. Same with Int Cell, same with STR Super Saiyan 3. The physical Gohan is probably the best of the Ultimate Gohans after his EZA, I think, but he's still not great in the current meta. STR Beerus, yep. Topo is another good pick. He's a good support unit, gets really good defensively after his EZA, and he fits on a couple of teams outside of the Universe Survival Saga ones as well, so that's pretty useful. Dispro's pretty mid, and then we have the ones from the Battlefield EZAs. This Evil Buu will be useful in the Martian Power EZA, as well as Super Battle Road, as well as any Martian Buu Saga ones. The Int Metal Cooler, I still think, is a very solid support unit. Everybody else, kind of mid. Family Kamehameha units, these guys have been around a million times. We got those free Book of War things for them multiple times, so I wouldn't waste it on them. And then these guys, outdated EZAs. Physical Trunks still used to be a really solid support unit for super teams, but his defense doesn't quite cut it nowadays. STR Gohan's pretty mid. AGL Caulifla's good. Kale's pretty good. They obviously work super well together. And then the thing that's probably going to trigger everybody is there's the the Elder Kai as well. This is actually the option that I'm going to get, because every single one of these units, they're all EZA units. I have every single one of these units rainbowed and fully maxed out. So because you can't trade in units that you get with tickets or stone, like these special stones for red coins, there's no point me even getting any of these ones. So I think this block here probably represents the 3 best ones. Super useful in a whole bunch of different content, so I would go for them over any of the other ones. And then if we go back down a little bit, I think Topo is a solid pick, as well as Caulifla and Int Metal Cooler. So those are the only units that I think are worth getting with the red stones. If you're like me, you're just going to be doing this. So yeah, there you go. But let me know what you guys think down below. Like I said, wait to use your purple stone until after you've summoned for all the LR banners and everything like that. But let me know what your thought process is down below. Who are you thinking about getting? Who's your top 3? Let us know in the comments, and we can always discuss it further down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.